In the old town of Umuaka, where the morning cockcrow carried messages across compounds, lived a man named Ibekwe. The village was a place where traditions breathed through every hut, and the ancestors watched from shadows only the wise could see. Ibekwe was strong in the arms but weak in wisdom. He believed a wife was something to command, not someone to cherish. Pride followed him like a loyal companion, and he walked through the village with the confidence of a man who thought he controlled every corner of his home. His wife, Ngozi, was the quiet river of their household. She farmed the land, cooked the meals, swept the compound, and fed Ibekwe with the sweat of her labor. The villagers said the sun rose earlier for Ngozi because she never let a day begin without purpose. But Ibekwe carried a darkness that refused to leave his heart. Every day, without reason or restraint, he raised his hand in anger. Ngozi carried the pain in silence, like a calabash filled to the brim but never spilling. The elders warned him, but he listened only to his pride. One evening, when the moon hung low like a tired lantern, Ngozi made a quiet decision. She gathered her small belongings, tied them in her wrapper, and left the compound without a word. She walked away like a whisper carried far by the night breeze. At first, Ibekwe beat his chest with boldness, saying a man cannot miss what he owns. But by the next sunrise, hunger came knocking. By the second sunrise, it sat with him. And by the third, hunger wrapped itself around him like a stubborn shadow. He went to neighbors for help, but they turned away. People who once greeted him now avoided his eyes. Everyone knew the story of his hands, and hunger tightened its grip as if teaching him a lesson he had long ignored. Weakness bent his proud shoulders. Regret slowed his steps. And early one morning, Ibekwe walked toward Ngozi's family compound. He walked not as a ruler returning, but as a man learning how to kneel. In her father's compound, Ibekwe faced Ngozi. He admitted his wrongs. He asked for forgiveness. He begged for a chance to rebuild the home he destroyed. The ancestors listened, and the air grew still as his pride crumbled. Ngozi, whose heart was softer than new rainfall on fresh soil, agreed to return. Not for his sake alone, but for peace and for the home they once dreamed of. She accepted only on the condition that respect and understanding must guide every step forward. From that day, their compound changed. Ibekwe learned to use his hands for support, not harm. He became gentle, grateful, patient, and together, they rebuilt their life with new foundations stronger than anything hunger could shake. And so, Umuaka learned a lesson carried from one compound to the next. A man who thinks power comes from hurting his wife will one day learn that hunger has a stronger fist. Peace returned, and harmony settled once again over the village.